It's the big fast day of Yom Kippur, so I'm pre-recording this because I'm going to be fasting. I'll be reading this book by Edgar Casey, Story of Attitudes and Emotions, and if there's enough time, I'll also be reading bits and pieces from a book which I've read many times, which I really love, which is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Today, I'll also be on this fast during Yom Kippur. I'll be contemplating some of the words of Khalil Gibran, one of my most beloved. I think he's been called a humanist. He didn't like being called a philosopher when he was alive. A poet. He's definitely been called a poet. I was okay with that one, but this is what I will be focusing on during the fast, from everything. Fast from food, from drink, from technology, speaking. I always do silently. I always do observe Yom Kippur silently by myself. And this is the one I'll be focusing on. I'm going to be reading this and focusing on this and meditating on this. And it's the topic of pain. And I think Khalil Gibran in the book The Prophet addresses it in a way that I have never seen anyone do before. And so let me read his poem to you, which is just to me one of the most delightful readings on pain. And a woman spoke, saying, "Tell us of pain." And he said, "Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. And you would accept the seasons of your heart, even as you have always accepted the seasons that pass over your fields. And you would watch with serenity through the winters of your grief. Much of your pain is self-chosen. It is the bitter portion by which the physician within you, the physician within you, heals your sick self. And I'm going to repeat that. Much of your pain is self-chosen. This is what I'm going to be meditating on. It is the bitter portion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician within you and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. For his hand, though heavy and hard, is guided by the tender hand of the unseen. And the cup he brings, though it burns your lips, has been fashioned of the clay which the potter has moistened with his own sacred tears. You will find this in The Prophet that was printed in 1923, I believe, by Khalil Gibran. And the poem itself is in public domain. And this is what I will be meditating on during the fast of Yom Kippur, a day of silence for me. I think once we enter our pain, we also enter our joy. And that is why I'll be doing this. Because I want to find myself wherever I exist, in whatever form I exist. And we cannot exist without pain. So I look forward to more of these elegantly raw tidbits with you tomorrow and every weekday from Monday to Friday. Please join in the conversation. I would love to hear your own suggestions for your own fasting and what it is that you do during your fasts and how you break the fast and how you enter the fast. So I look forward to hearing from you all. Please subscribe and click the notification button so that you are aware when we are live again. Thank you, everyone. Remember, be bold, be mindful,